Hey, Delfina. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm good, and you?
Yeah, I'm doing very good, very good. How was your day so far?
My day was good, very relaxed. Actually, I woke up kind of late. I had some breakfast at midday, and now I'm here, so I can't complain.
Ooh, nice, nice. And what made you get out of bed so early? You went out yesterday?
So late. Yeah, I went out yesterday.
Yeah.
I went to actually I went to a bar, and then I was kind of tired of I don't know what, and then I came back here, watched like a lot of Netflix, like until three something in the morning. So
God,
that's why I actually woke up so late. Yeah,
it sounds very good though.
it was really fun.
All right, oh, perfect. Hey, Delfina, what would you like to focus on today?
So lately I've been having some trouble. I've been reflecting a bit, and I realized that I don't really know what my passion is, and it's something that has been bothering me, and I've sort of like have an idea, but I'm not really sure if it's an actual passion. So I'm a bit stressed regarding that topic.
I see, I see. And what is it? Your idea or what you think you're passionate about?
So there's many things, right? Because I studied hospitality management because I love everything that is people related and everything that is social, and I really enjoy being around people and yeah, everything that is interactive. So there's that I studied and I really enjoyed. Then there was marketing that I loved. I when I was also doing my undergrad, I specialized in marketing and I really liked it, and I wanted to continue learning about it. So then I did the masters and I really like it. I actually enjoy it. But then there's like this other side of me that I love doing exercising. So I love yoga, I love going to the gym, I love um, healthy lifestyle, and that's something that really like sparks my eyes, sort of.
Hmm.
And like for example, if I could literally get paid of going to the gym, I would like I would go from the morning to the night to yoga classes and to spinning and to this and that, and I really like it. But of course, I can't live of that. So I don't know. I'm kind of juggling these things that one gives you money, one doesn't. How can I put them together? And it's sort of confusing sometimes.
I see. All right. So just to summarize, because there were a lot of things going on.
Mhm.
Firstly, you were talking about the hospitality, your bachelor's degree, because you
Mhm.
like to interact with people. Secondly, marketing, basically, because you did it during your undergrad, conducted a master's in it, and you just love it, and you like to keep learning more about it. And the last one was exercising.
Mhm.
You love going to the gym. You could do that every day. You like to stay healthy, eat proper food. Um, is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Perfect. So, what would you say is what you have done before in a professional way?
So I don't have much experience actually. I have just a 1 year experience. It's two internships that I did. One, so when I was doing my undergrad, it was mandatory to do two internships for you to graduate.
Okay.
The first one was in the food and beverage department, so I did the first one in Geneva in Switzerland.
Mhm.
Um, and I was basically like a waitress, and I hated it. I mean, it was a five-star hotel, and there were like, I learned a lot, but more personal things. So it was in Geneva, so it was in French, and I didn't really speak much French, so I had to learn French like on the spot.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was challenging, but it was great, and I learned a lot, and I really improved my French skills. And
Hmm.
then also working with people from different cultures, and I did that very well also. I learned a lot about myself working under pressure. It was more of a personal thing, like development, not so much the task. And then my second internship, I did it in Hong Kong in marketing, and I loved it. It was so much fun. It was so like on the feet. I had to, I don't know, like contact influencers, then help to do some videos for promotions, go to photo shoots. It was like really, really fun, and it kind of had like also the social aspect at times that I really enjoyed. Um, but again, I was an intern, so it's kind of limited the kind of the things that you can do because you're an intern and you're learning. So sometimes they don't trust you as much to do many things. So it was kind of the basic tasks.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why, like, I don't know if I should maybe work. Like now I'm gonna do my OPT here in marketing, so I'm hoping that that experience will let me better understand what I like more.
Hmm.
But I can tell you for sure that I really love everything that is related to fitness. So I don't know how to merge that. And now, especially like looking for an OPT, since there's like some regulations, you need to find something related to your master's, otherwise you don't get the job. So it has to be marketing, and that's okay. But since I never worked in the US and I don't have much experience, most likely I'm gonna get a job in a hotel again rather than in an environment that is related to fitness. Because when you try to change location and career and
Yeah.
everything, it's like it's not, the odds aren't really on your favor.
Mhm.
So I might go back to hospitality, but I don't know, like, if that's what I really like. I don't know when I'm gonna know what's what I really like. I don't know. I'm so confused.
Okay. So you want to go actually, like what I understand from it, you want to go all around. You have done previous experience in hospitality, food and beverage, which you didn't really like, but you learned a lot.
Hmm.
Now you show a lot of passion for marketing, but because you did an internship, it felt like you had to do all the basic tasks.
Hmm.
How did you like those basic tasks?
They were okay and they were still fun, but not really challenging. So it eventually got a bit monotonous, like a bit boring in some way. It was still okay because I like it, but not challenging at all. And I want the challenge.
What can you tell me about these basic things you had to do in Hong Kong when you were there?
Yeah. So, well, basically, I was in charge of all the social platforms and of content creation, and I had to create like this calendar where many times I had to go and take pictures. I had to do some market research. I was also sort of like a mystery guest, kind of. So they sent me to visit like five other competitor hotels. So I
Hmm.
had to basically go and be like, "Oh, hi, how are you? I might do a conference here," and I had to find out information, get their brochure, look around, like. So that was fun. I mean, it wasn't challenging, it wasn't difficult at all. It was still like fun,
Hmm.
and I got to analyze things that were interesting. But I would like to be more either into the decisions of branding of bigger companies or of marketing strategies or something a bit more interesting.
All right, could you? Sorry, I couldn't catch that last part. What would you want to get into in branding?
Yeah, either branding or what's more of like the strategic planning of the marketing.
All right, all right. And which of those areas, so in branding or strategic planning, could you have done at your internship company, but were you not allowed to?
Well, actually, it was a hotel, so the marketing department was kind of small. So,
Mm.
having studied hospitality before, um, like we've been taught that, so there's like the hotels that are individuals, and then you have the headquarters where there's like the massive branding going on, more general. So it would be, I didn't really get the chance at all to do much of that because it's more handled by the headquarters,
Mm-hmm.
which is usually kind of tough to get into,
Yeah.
the headquarters. So for me to do more of that, I would have to be at a headquarters. So um, regarding branding, like there's some regulations that you have to follow, especially the hotel industry is a very traditional industry, so it's very
Yeah.
rigorous, and you have to do this and that because it's what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically had to follow the rules rather than working with the rules. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. And what do you like more about having that freedom?
Well, I like that I get the opportunity to be more creative, and I get the opportunity to to contribute in a way that I can actually see a positive impact later on.
Okay. Okay. And were there any tasks you want to do in your new job on your OPT where you're applying on where you can do that?
Well, that's what I don't really know because it's something that I would like to talk when I have the interviews. I'm actually having an interview next week or the other one on the 11th, with a hotel, because usually it's the ones who reply the most. I have been applying to other businesses, but maybe because of my background, they're not really contacting me back. So this hotel did reply. Um, and this is, I don't know, this is something I actually want to ask them and I want to have clear before taking the job.
Yeah.
Um, this hotel is a boutique hotel, so maybe it could be interesting. Usually, boutique hotels are more independent, and since they're smaller, you can play a bit more around. So I would like to, yeah, maybe to have this room to innovate that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
When I was doing my internship, I sort of managed to do it a bit. We like in Hong Kong, it's a tradition that for the Christmas season, each hotel chooses a theme, and
Hmm.
our theme was the Nutcracker. So they kind of gave me the chance to okay, come up with a storyline or something that we can work on, and I did. And then with another colleague, we kind of tuned it a bit more, and we created this series of videos that we hired the little girl. She was basically a ballerina, and she had to find nutcrackers around the whole hotel, and then
Okay.
there was this kind of challenge that we would post these videos on Instagram and people had to count how many nutcrackers per video and at the end they had to say if they counted all of them and then they would get like this huge gift and stuff. And I don't know, that was just fun and but it was kind of I don't know stupid in some way. So I would like something a bit bigger. like
Yeah. Bigger scale.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Um, but just to get back at the company where you're applying to now, what is the exact role you're going to be having in that hotel?
So the title is marketing coordinator. That's what I know so far. So, I mean, there's basic tasks that I know I'll have to be doing, like probably the same that I was doing as an intern. Those would be the basic tasks, plus the others that are a bit bigger, like maybe meeting with clients and I don't know, coming up with partnerships and stuff. So that would be more related to branding.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm hoping I'll get more of that. Yeah.
Okay, and what is it exactly that drove you towards that job? Because it sounds like you're very passionate about it,
Mhm.
and you want to go into marketing, branding, strategic planning. But marketing coordinator sounds a bit different from the passion you described within the field of marketing.
That's true, and that's an interesting question. The thing is, I'm sort of applying according to my chances because I can apply, and I've been applying to jobs that I actually like, but all of them are like 4+ years of experience, which I don't have.
Yeah,
So I'm kind of trying to keep it realistic, and I understand that I maybe have to do a year or two of this, that it's okay. It's not like, oh my God, this is so much fun. No,
yeah.
I might need to do a couple of years of this first to then get to where I like it more. Yeah.
Hmm. And is the point where you want to end up also in New York?
Well, that's another big thing that is actually stressing me. So I'm looking for my OPT here. Um, my boyfriend, he has the citizenship, so he can stay. And the idea is to stay as long as possible, but then you need to get a sponsorship, and that's like a whole other problem. That of course I'm gonna work hard and try to get it, but you
Mm,
know it's not that common and it's not that easy to get it, especially if you're just starting to work. I mean, once
exactly.
like if you're a director or a CEO or whatever, okay, they're gonna sponsor you probably. But in my scenario, even myself, I don't know if I would sponsor myself if I were the director because you know it's a company and it's money wise and I can be replaced like most people can be replaced and that's
Yeah.
okay. It's just a reality. So that's kind of another challenge I'm facing. So it's kind of a short-term objective that I have now. It's a year, and I'm gonna do this. And if I get this job, okay, great, and I'll try to get the best out of it. But what really like kind of bothers me is that it's not this because I'm cool with doing it, but it's what am I gonna do next? So I hope that after doing this one-year job, I can understand what I like better,
Yeah.
and then hopefully gaining more experience, I can kind of I don't know get closer to where I want to be.
So it sounds to me like this next opportunity you're getting in the year to come on OPT will be the perfect way to find what you really wanna do because you'll get some decent experience within the marketing field.
Yeah.
Um, you might say it's a bad or a good thing that you go back to the hospitality because you mentioned earlier that hospitality and engaging with people is something you love, and then doing marketing in a hotel might be pretty cool.
Mhm.
What do you still think about the exercising and the gym and the healthy life? What are things you're brainstorming about?
Honestly, like I would love to be a yoga instructor, but if I tell that to my parents, they're gonna kill me. So that's kind of off the table, especially after asking them to pay me a master's in marketing. So not gonna
Yeah.
happen. That would be like a very cool scenario where or maybe having a company one day that I can build myself that allows people to work out or to give a space to, I don't know, do some activities. And
Hmm.
then I don't know, like since I'm also passionate about marketing, do the marketing area myself, and
Yeah.
then have other people who do other stuff in the company. But I don't know, it's kind of a nice idea, but I don't know if it's too um, like perfect and not realistic.
But what kind of opportunities have you looked into?
Um, well, I've been like since it's more of a personal project, I when I graduated actually from my undergrad, my idea was to open my own gym, and it was a really cool gym that I had in mind, by the way. But it was like an investment that no one would give to a 21-year-old back then. So I kind of was like, okay, let's get realistic, let's get some experience, and maybe one
Yeah.
day I can do it. Especially because I do notice that there's kind of a trend and of a more conscious mentality in amongst people nowadays of being more healthy, of like
Mhm.
taking more care of your body and so on. So I think it would be something that could work because it's kind of a growing industry and area.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, I wouldn't do it right away. I should get more experience first and know,
Mhm.
learn more about what I want to do and then do it. But it's kind of scary at the same time. I don't know.
I see. I understand. Yeah, it can be quite frightening to enter in something completely new.
Yeah.
It is a risk. I understand. So, what other things have you thought about in combining your love for exercising, gym, and healthy food with the hospitality people, the hospitality industry, and your love for engagement with people?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I also I don't know if you know about this gym Equinox. It's kind of
Yeah.
big here. Yeah, and it's really cool and everything. And now they actually opened a hotel here in New York City, so it's like perfect.
Yeah.
But it's one of the most difficult hotels to get into, and since it's very new, I don't know. I think it's opening, or I don't think it opened already. It's gonna open very soon, but they
Mhm.
already have most employees hired, and I've got some opinions from actually my boyfriend's ex-boss, who was the director of food and beverage at the Langham in Boston, and he was telling him that he had a colleague who applied there and he was a director and he was pushed down to a manager. So they're very strict, very looking for people with a lot of experience. It's very competitive.
Yeah.
So being realistic, like it's not an option for me right now. Maybe at some point it would, but then again, it's in the US and I'm not American. I mean, I don't know. It's like frustrating.
Yeah. I get that. Um, so, if you would compare all of the options that we just discussed, looking at the hospitality, marketing, gym life, but also the combination of it,
Mhm.
what are your thoughts?
Mm, in terms of job opportunities, you mean?
Job opportunities, but I actually mostly about what intrigued you most, which combination or
I'd say that the perfect mix would be marketing and um, everything that is more gym related, because I feel that the hospitality aspect, it's something that can be also applied to in some way, because hospitality is all about serving and
yeah.
it's just a company, it's a business, and we in what I studied, it's business basically,
Mm-hmm.
but with a focus in hotels. So basically, if you can run a hotel, you can kind of run any other
Yeah.
company that it also provides a service, which would
Mhm.
also be a gym.
Yeah.
So, and then there's like the marketing aspect that I really like. So I would kind of need to, I think, maybe, I don't know, find, I guess, an opportunity where I can merge marketing and like maybe I don't know. Now that I'm thinking, like I go to this new place called Core Power Yoga that it mixes that I love. It's an exercise that it's yoga with weights and in a hot room, and it's really really fun.
Yeah.
Maybe working for a company that does this, then I can kind of work with a topic that I find personally interesting in a field such as marketing that I like and that
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm sort of good at, and maybe I can also like get some benefits out of it since it's a company related to what I like. That'd be
Right.
interesting. But yeah, I guess it would be something I have to do after my OPT, not right away.
Right. Yeah, I get that. So just to summarize, like in the end, what I heard is that you love the connection of marketing with exercising, whether it's the gym, Equinox, to the yoga place you just described with all the weights. So
Mhm.
it leans more towards the exercising marketing side. I think that's great progress. How about we zoom in more on that specific industry in our next session next week? And I'd love to set everything down and go in within a fresh thought.
Okay, sounds good
Yeah.
then. Okay.
All right, cool.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Hi. Right. Um, roll way forward. I was looking, what was the W for again?
Will.
Way. Um, Thank you. All of you, wait, you have to be in the picture to see how you take my feedback. Hello.
Yeah, sorry.
Um, if I could only read my own handwriting. But I really like the icebreaker, and then I love that you had a topic prepared of what is your passion, and that is a great topic just to talk about. Like, I mean, you could have gotten on and on and on. Just as a general note, I miss that you were looking for your questions and not hearing her answers, kind of sometimes, because she directly at the beginning she described three things. She enjoyed the hospitality because it's interactive. She loved marketing because that is more of creative, and she absolutely spark in her eyes fitness. So she herself gave you a prioritizing, and then the first time you summarize it, why not just use these prioritizing saying, so fitness, hospitality is off the table. And then as the thing got onwards, because then she mentioned, like a common topic of her answers were, I need, like, I'm too scared to do that now. They require a lot of experience. I'm going to do that somewhere after my OPT. My parents don't approve what I want to do. Like, I'm scared, I'm frightened. So she didn't really go for that because I didn't know, like, I had the feeling you know what your passion is, and it's fitness, but you don't want to go there because your inner circle, like friends, family, boyfriend, don't really approve of that, or you're just afraid of their opinion on that, that you don't get the support you need. And that's where I was like, hey, that is her pain. Like, I got that halfway through. And you were still looking into, okay, tell me about your job in hospitality. Like, who the fuck cares? She doesn't really want to know. Sorry,
But
it's recorded.
that's not completely correct though, because she mentioned hospitality first, marketing second, exercising third. So
I know,
if your way was the way I would have handled it, I would have eliminated exercising and
No.
eliminated marketing.
No, listen what I said. She herself prioritized it already. So in the summary, you could have checked, hey, fitness has your highest priority. This is what sparks you most. And hospitality is least. This is
Where do you recognize that she?
I wrote down her words. So what's your idea about what your passion was your question? And then you answered, oh, there's a lot of things. I did my undergraduate in hospitality management.
Yeah, one.
Can I first finish my sentence?
Yeah.
This is active feedback. Thank you. No, seriously, but because I wrote it down. Because hospitality management is what I enjoyed. Marketing is what I loved. And exercising, like, put me into a gym from morning to evening. I could do that the whole day and I get paid for it. What better life there is? Am I correct?
I said that, yeah.
So this is her prioritizing that she put in. And then I would have skipped maybe, okay, if that is, like, you kind of have your passion, if I understand correctly, you have your fitness. So which jobs did you apply for? And then, like, this is just how it could have gotten. Like, you didn't chose another way, which was not wrong, but it missed the line where you established a goal. Because she pointed out other points, and you were a lot of reality questions. But then what I was wondering, when she mentioned, yeah, I still applied for hotels because I think that's the easiest way. But wait, you said hospitality is not your passion. Like, why did you? And yeah, there's also this Equinox thing. that combines fitness and hotels. So something I know and some things I'm really interested in. So explore more into this. But why didn't you collect your own experience? You just relied on a second and third opinion. Why didn't you just, not for fun, but what made you not send an application to it? Just curious. And that's something I noticed, that you were like, okay, this is the structures, this is what she mentioned first, so I want to dive into each topic. So you were very detail oriented, which is good, but in my opinion, you kind of missed the whole picture of it. That is just how I experience. Could be that I interpret it wrong. Like, you don't have to defend your way. There's a lot of good things. I like the goal, but then the notes like, oh yeah, my parents gonna kill me. But what have your parents to do with that? Like, do you actively seek their support? What do you need from them? Why do you do that? I liked how often you summarized, because that really helped, because Delfina spoke a lot. And then I also, because we felt that, I felt that the conversation kind of got to an end. And then you were like, hey, I like this where it goes now. So you appreciate where we've been, and then continue to the next thing. But there was no direct will forward on her side, which is like that she would say, oh, okay, so I'm going to do this and this and this. So it was more of like, okay, let's talk next time about it, which is, I think, also okay. But just like going with the grow model, there was no thing. Like, in terms of quality of questions, that was great. I like maybe 1 out of your 30 question was a closed one. That was perfect. Yeah, that was just my remarks to it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect.